Welcome back to this update video with my Veteran Sherman. Got 350 miles on this thing now. Give you an update as to why I think PLEVs like the Sherman and the one wheel are better than driving cars. Safety gear. First up, summer pair of cycling gloves. Pretty worn out now, need to replace those. Second pair of gloves, windproof ones. These are skiing gloves, pretty good, pretty grippy. Can't use phones whilst using those. And third pair of gloves, most protective ones, motorcycling gloves. Bought those recently, pretty good, really warm, especially during winter. Your hands nice and toasty. Next up, wrist guards. Do not want to break your wrists, falling straight in your face, or sideways even with the one wheel. Okay, both of those. Next one, elbow pads. Okay, don't wear these as often as I probably should. Hopefully won't break any elbows. Don't want to jinx that. Try and find some wood to touch. Next up, helmet. Skateboarding helmet, or cycling helmet. Usually use this with one wheeling. I'm not usually doing anything too kind of crazy. Yeah, just standard helmet. Always have one of those on. Never really one wheel or EUC. Without putting a helmet on. Keep your noggin safe. Other helmet. Motorcycling helmet. Full face helmet because the EUC, you face forwards. I do not want to nosedive straight into the pavement or anything else. So invested in one of these. Really worthwhile as far as I can tell. Want to keep the face looking like a face. Finally, shin and knee pads. Only used for the EUC. You face forwards, obviously. What I don't want is to fall straight on your knees. The bare minimum, you need a pair of knee pads. These are actually a pair of old ice hockey shin and knee pads, so they're really good for protection. A little bit bulky. Okay, they're a bit hard to kind of keep perfectly in line when you're using the EUC with the side pads on there. So at some point I will probably invest in buying some slightly more streamlined ones that you can get for things like motocross and stuff like that. But yeah, safety, very important. So why do I think EUCs and the other PLEVs better than cars? First and foremost, I think it's the level of freedom that it offers you. Allows you to take yourself places rather than taking a 1 or 2 ton car. Just the sheer cost efficiencies in a way, the kind of mundane, boring part of this. The car I drive to work at the moment, especially with petrol prices so high, costs about somewhere between 17 and 20 pence a mile, and that's just on fuel costs. Whereas the EUC, Veteran Sherman, electricity costs, even though they've gone up as well, it actually works out to be about 1 pence a mile. So cost savings. Not the most interested, but worth thinking about. Also, the EUC is a personal vehicle, isn't it? So it's taking up a lot less space on the roads. It's taking up a lot less space in general. You can park it somewhere that's not a car park. You can get places. You can store it away very easily. You can even carry them. Obviously the Sherman's quite heavy, but a decent amount of weight lifted in the process. I also really love the enjoyment you get from riding these vehicles as well. I can't think of one time I've ever been on a ride and then finished and felt worse. It's so good for your kind of mental health and well-being, just getting out there, out into it. Well, we're going to test the off-road capabilities of this down a kind of single track across a farmer's field. So, see how that goes. This clip here is showing you some of the versatility of these kind of vehicles as well. The Sherman being better than some things like the one wheel for going off-road. There's slightly more clearance obviously for the wheels. But it just allows you to travel in so many different ways and to different places as well. This journey, follow this now, is going to take us actually to a mountain bike track that's hidden in the woods. Sherman is such a versatile machine. You can use it obviously roads, dead easy, hard surfaces, across kind of bumpy ground, and then I was even practicing here on this track. Obviously I'm not capable or confident enough to be doing any big jumps or anything, but I was really impressed with the kind of power in the motor, being able to get me up some of the really big hills, and it was just a lot of fun, just having a roam around on this. And there was a big hole in the ground which I didn't notice. Worth noting there that the Veteran Sherman is a brilliant off-road machine. Other people have mentioned it as well, that the foot pads are quite low down in comparison to some other EUCs. So I was kind of riding for a bit of a trough there. One of the foot pads caught on the side wall and kind of chucked me off it. It was a lot of fun. Final reason why I think these are better than cars then, just the consistency. The machine's so good. Also, use this to commute to work quite a few times, and you know exactly how long your journey is going to take you. It just takes so much stress out of getting around nowadays. I'll set off and I'll know, say 35 minutes later, I'll be at work. A little bit more to sort out, like packing stuff away, change clothes and such, but it's such a good experience. Am I alone in thinking this? Probably not. Do you have a similar experience? Have you traded your car journey for an EUC? Let me know in the comments.